and welcome to this week's episode of Off to the Races. I am your horse racing analyst, Alec, and on this week's show, I will be looking at the controversial Kentucky Derby, as well as looking ahead to the Preakness, with the Kentucky Derby winner, Country House, not coming due to a cough. Maximum Security was the winner of the Kentucky Derby, but he got DQ'd, and so Country House is the official winner of the Kentucky Derby. I think this was a bad move. Maximum Security really wasn't interfering with Country House. If War of Will's jockey had launched the objection, I'd say disqualify him, but Country House wasn't affected at all. He was kind of helping out War of Will and Long Range Toddy in that position. But Country House ended up winning. He was mid-pack early, and he came up to the leaders in the stretch, and it was a four-wide duel going into the stretch between Code of Honor, War of Will, Maximum Security, and Country House. It was good performance by all of them, but I don't like Country House coming out of that race, even though he technically won. He isn't anything special in my opinion. I don't expect him to do much going forward. I mean, we'll see. Maybe bet him in a sloppy track, but I don't like him going forward. In second place was Code of Honor, who ran well going into the top of the stretch. I thought he'd finish with a little more momentum, but he didn't. That's okay. He ran well. Nice stepping stone towards his next start, which is unnamed as of now. Tacitus was third. He ran well. Improbable, my pick, ended up being the favorite, unfortunately, but he was fourth, so he ran well. I didn't love his performance, but he was in behind horses pretty much the whole time. Fifth place is Game Winner, and I really like Game Winner coming out of that race because he was really wide coming into the stretch. I'm pretty sure he ran the farthest in that field, or at least the farthest of the horses that were like in contention or anywhere near Maximum Security. In sixth place, I'm ashamed to say, was Master Fencer, and I really like him coming out of this race. Maybe it was a fluke like Gronkowski was last year, but going to the Belmont, I like his chances. And in seventh place was War of Will, who was perhaps a little farther down than he should be, considering Maximum Security fouled him a bit. I'm looking forward to see all of the top 7 run back, including Maximum Security, the 17th place finisher. But I'm not looking forward to seeing Country House. I don't think that he is going to live up to what his Derby performance says he will. The other horses I think will run well again, and as of now it looks like Code of Honor was going to run in the Preakness, maybe, not right now. Tacitus looks like he'll go to the Belmont, same with Master Fencer. Improbable will go to the Preakness. He would be my pick, but he's going to be the favorite, so maybe I'll look somewhere else. Maximum Security, maybe looking at the Haskell. War of Will is looking at the Preakness. We'll see where all of these horses go in the future. Country House will not be running in the Preakness because of a cough that set him back a bit. But I think, yes, the cough could be a little bit legit, but I don't think that Belmont exactly wanted to run Country House. I think he was surprised that he won in the first place, and Belmont isn't a trainer that really cares about winning a Triple Crown. So I think that, especially because he doesn't want to rush his horse, he didn't want to run Country House in the Preakness. I don't even think he had a lot of confidence in him, although he did run well in the Derby. I wouldn't, even if he was running in the Preakness, I wouldn't suggest betting on him. While the Derby was the main focus of last week, we must pay respect to the fillies who ran into Kentucky Oaks the day before. Serengeti Empress, one of the horses that I thought could have been up there, she ran really well to win the Kentucky Oaks. She got to the lead, she set good fractions really, and was able to hold on from the challenge of long shot Leora in the stretch. I thought Leora would go by her, but Serengeti Empress fought back and won nicely, really. Lady Apple was a good third. Champagne Anyone was 4th, and Bellafina, the big favorite, ended up 5th. I think that if they reran that race at Santa Anita, Bellafina would have won by 6. But I think that she just doesn't like the track, or she isn't as legitimate as I thought she was and just loves Santa Anita. We'll see what happens as her career progresses, but that was not a really good race by her. She didn't have any excuse, but I can't take anything away from Serengeti Empress, who ran really, really well. As I've mentioned before, Country House, the winner of the Kentucky Derby, is not going to be in the Preakness Stakes. The favorite will most likely be Improbable, who was my pick in the Derby and will probably be my pick in the Preakness again, but he'll be the favorite, which I don't like. Some of the new horses that could be good in this field are Bourbon War, Always Mining, Another Twist of Fate, and Owendale. Those 4 horses actually have legitimate chances. I think as a nice long shot, I'd pick Owendale based on how he ran last time, or Another Twist of Fate. I think the Lexington Stakes is going to be strong coming into the Preakness. However, it should be said that the Florida Derby horses came back to run really well, with the exception of Bodie Express, in the Kentucky Derby, Maximum Security crossing the wire first, and Code of Honor crossing the wire third. So overall, I think this is a group that people will overlook, say that it's weak, but overall this is a group of nice horses coming to the Preakness. I've been mentioning before that I like Win Win Win. I didn't mention him today because he was 9th in the Derby, but against a weaker field, he could do some damage in this Preakness. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode. On next week's show, I will be looking again at the Preakness with my final wagers and all that. Please like and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next week on Off to the Races.